platform. I shouldn't have.
Oh, that's how they're able to sign her.
Would they move? Would they move?
DB's going to Phoenix. So Richard Cohen, he's a good follow if you don't follow him, but he was basically saying that like you don't need the full vet minimum to sign DB because she's on a prorated rate.
Okay, yeah.
They only need about $43,000 tomorrow.
Okay, so they can pay her for the rest of the season, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prorated rate. Yeah. I was trying to figure out how they were like. Yeah, I was gonna say you could talk.
And we've been giving you guys some exciting games here. It's nice that we were able to close this one out and have a really good fourth quarter and have positive contributions from so many players. So nice to get this win.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about Jordan Canada. She took what we thought was several kind of hits to the face out there. Was there something that you saw from your vantage point? It was hard to see what we were seeing. I guess it was hard to see the floor from there. But she came back in the second half, and she's a tough cookie. Can you just talk about her resiliency as well?
Yeah, she's just really tough. There was some screens that she was trying to avoid and uh, couldn't for whatever reason. Not her fault. And unfortunately, it gashed her eye, and then at halftime she had to get stitches, and that's why she wasn't there for the start of the second half. But as soon as she got, you know, uh, done with medical and was on the bench, we put her right back in, and she made great decisions today. Like she'd penetrate, and she didn't quite have it, so she would look to kick it out to shooters. I think it was 9 assists, 1 turnover for the game. Just excellent job by her. And then the defensive pressure that, uh, we extended the pressure a little bit because they got off to such a good start shooting threes that we extended the pressure a little bit. And that started with her.
Speaking of threes, Nas over here, coach. Nas had a career high 3 pointers made. Just what is it like seeing her shot fall, especially with all the hard work she's putting this season?
Well, it's being rewarded. Our assistant coach, Chelsea Lyles, works with her on shooting every day. Nas has made great strides in her shot. You can see that she's comfortable in big moments taking them, and we're comfortable with her taking them. When she's open, we want her to take it. And, that last stretch in the fourth quarter, hitting a couple in a row, that really was huge and, a big part of the difference.
Coach, last season the Dream won 15 games, and this season heading in or close to the halfway point, you guys are at 12. How exciting is it that you guys are making progress as a team?
Yeah, every game's a struggle. So you're catching me in a good moment right now. Like, I feel like we have a really good team. We're not all the way there yet. And as a coach, you're like, wow, you only got half a season left to get to where you need to be. So uh, I'm trying not to let that stress go on to the players, but we do need a sense of urgency about getting better every time we're together because there's not that many practices left. And, at the end of the year, you want to have the toughest team that you can possibly have. But, you know, I like, uh, I like our team. I like the possibilities of what this team can become. And, hopefully we achieve what we're setting out to do right now.
Coach, you said y'all have been giving us some exciting games over the course of the last few games, and they have been really exciting. What was the difference tonight in finishing, and what in your opinion, what made the difference and allowed you all to finish this one?
Well, this won't be a great answer, but in truth, like we knocked down the shots at the end. Like uh, we got open, we knocked them down. Our players just made plays down the stretch. We had some good defensive stops where we at least forced tough shots. They got good players the ball in good positions, but at least we forced tough shots. And down the stretch, they didn't go for them, and we got shots and they went down for us. And uh, hopefully we can build upon that. It'll give us some confidence that we know we're capable of doing it. And uh, hopefully we'll be good closing out games from here on out.
Coach, for the next few practices, what do you feel like the team will need to focus on the most to continue improving in the way that they have been?
Well, there's a long list. And I don't mean that as a negative. Like every team has a lot of things that they can get better at. The thing for me is with such limited time, you really got to focus on what are the 2 or 3 biggest impact things that you could really work on and help the team right now. And then like the assistant coaches all have player responsibilities, and they need to pick 1 or 2 things with each player that could have the biggest impact for winning to go over. So, I'm not trying to avoid the question. I mean, there's some things that I think, but, I'll watch the film and, we'll pick 1 or 2 things and the next practice and hopefully get a little better at that. And the one after that, we'll review what we went over and maybe add one more thing. But it's that incremental progress that hopefully will have the biggest impact as the season goes forward.
Coach, obviously, the shots started falling toward the latter part of the game, but also I wanted to pinpoint the impact in the paint between Brianna Jones and Brittany Griner. How good was it for you to see them kind of going back and forth together, especially earlier part in the game?
Yeah, I thought BG really settled us down after a rough start. Like we got it into her and she either finished a shot or she got fouled. So, she did a great job with that. And then, Bree came in. We kept pounding it inside, and our bigs just made good decisions with it. They look to score, and then all of a sudden they start sending quicker double teams on them and trying to surround them, and they're making passes out or passes to cutters. Uh, so I really think they made a huge difference in the game. Our ability just to throw it inside to them and play off of them and trust them to make good decisions. And uh, I thought they kind of got us back in the game. And you know, I don't know if you call Naza big, but her being able to come in and kind of stretch the floor when they were trying to sag in on the bigs and knock down those threes were huge.
Good. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. This is a good drip. All right.
Hey Nas. Um, in the past or the previous 3 seasons, you've combined for 1 made 3. And this season alone, you have 19 made threes. How exciting that you're finding your shot and you're extending it out further.
It's been great. I think the biggest thing for me with my threes is it's really helping to space out the floor for my teammates. We have some really great post players, so being able to knock down shots takes a little bit of the attention away from them. Not all of the attention, because I mean they're just such great post players and a presence inside. And then also for our wings, people can't double off of them or try to trap them as often if I'm able to knock down my three. So I think it's great for me, but even better for my team.
Hey Nas, hey Ryan, it's good to see you back. This question is for you. Nas currently has, in my opinion, a 6th Player of the Year like campaign going. So I wanted to ask you from your standpoint, what stands out to you the most about her game?
I think just the jump that she's made and being aggressive offensively, looking for herself. Obviously she said that it's helped us a lot, and I've been telling her that for 3 years. So for her to come out and be shooting the ball and looking to score and looking to get herself involved has been really helpful for us.
Another good question for both of you guys about Nas's 3-point shooting. Ryan, I remember when you said that it was after one game you were just like Nas didn't like when y'all like put the attention on her and shooting threes. So what was the message that you said to her after she made that second massive three in the fourth quarter?
Now we just all cheer, like not like cheer like, oh, she doesn't shoot threes, but as if Lee should a three, or as if I hit a three, like, and it was a big one too. It's like we're all like putting the guns up and putting the threes up, and so it's not like a
Yeah.
team manager type of deal anymore, but more so like welcome, welcome, welcome.
Yeah.
Nah, this question is for you. I thought that Jordan did a really good job of when she came back into the game of kind of settling things down. From your standpoint, what did she do specifically that you felt like kind of helped keep the team together?
Yeah, exactly what you said. Just making sure that, we're calming down, getting into the place that we're supposed to get into. And, Jordan does a great job in her own right of making sure she's getting downhill and then being able to, distribute the ball. I think she had 9 assists tonight. So I think that every single night when she can perform like that, it's great for our team. But definitely a calmness, but then also she's able to turn on the jets and get downhill when we need some easy buckets.
With a win like this, obviously against Golden State, starting the 6 game road game trip right after this, what does a win like this do for you guys in terms of confidence going into that road trip?
Yeah, it means a lot. We have been struggling to close out fourth quarters, and tonight we were able to do that. So I think that just momentum helps a lot. These road games are going to be tough. Playing anywhere on the road is hard, but you have to steal those games. Super important. And we need the momentum going into All-Star break. You don't want to go into All-Star break, with a couple of losses. It always sucks. And you're dwelling on it while you're supposed to be having a little break for yourself. But it definitely, was great, and we're able to watch it on film and then continue to be better after that.
This question is for both of you guys. You mentioned, just the difference of being at the road and being at home. How does it feel, playing here at home and having, the fans cheering you in the stands? And what does that do when you're in the game?
I mean, we was just talking about before we walked in here. If this wasn't a home game, we don't feel like we could have came back the way that we did. And that's all credit to our fans. They show up every day and every night to, be that 6 man, be that extra factor that we need to get us going to, help cause disarray for the other team, to help us get, easy stuff, to help us get going and get the momentum that we had tonight. And so it's huge credit to them. Thanks to them for always showing up, continue to have sellouts for us.
All right, y'all, this is the last question. Who tied y'all shoes tonight? Because I got more pictures of single shoes in my camera roll than I've ever had.
I tied her, she tied mine. Just one of those nights. Just one of those. Bye, man. Bye.